Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we're going over something a little bit different. We're gonna be going back in the time machine today as we take a look at the 2014 NHL Stadium Series. Now, you may be wondering yourself, wow, why are we talking about this today? What are you getting at? Well, there's a pretty good reason for that. We're going to be going over today the infamous Chrome logos. Now, I'm going to pull a picture up for you guys here from Aesthetics. I was actually watching a video the other day from them. The top 10 blunders of the NHL in terms of like brand design and stuff like that. And this was on the list. And at the time, I thought to myself, this is actually pretty cool. And now I look back and I'm thinking, it's still pretty cool. This is a blunder, but I guess you could look at it that way, right? It's kind of one of the quote-unquote fads, trying to look cool, and it ends up kind of falling on your face and looking weird. Well, that's not necessarily how I think of it still to this day, but I guess there are people out there that do feel that way. Now, this is the Chrome logo texture. So if you look, there are 7 teams that used this Chrome texture to their jersey. There was a bunch of outdoor games. There was 4 to be exact. And you may be wondering, wait, so there's 4 different games, but there was 7 teams? That's because the Rangers played in 2 games. Just a little fun fact for you guys. So I'll go over all the logos. So the Ducks, they had that orange jersey, right? The OC, Orange County shoulder patch, and that beautiful Ducks jersey. I cannot find that anywhere. So for a jersey that was a blunder, it's pretty damn hard to find. It's a pretty valued jersey. The Blackhawks one is a lot easier to find. That was mass produced. The Blackhawks Chrome jersey, it was a black jersey. That's a pretty nice uniform as well. It's not different enough from the others that they have, so I didn't get it. I'd rather have the regular red jersey. That's what I ended up doing. The Kings, they had an interesting jersey as well. I wasn't a huge fan of that one, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, I would pick it up. I love that crown logo. So that was definitely a pretty decent one. I'm purposely skipping the Devils. So we have the Islanders one, which I'm actually wearing for you guys today. And it took a lot to wear this one because I don't think I've worn a John Tavares jersey since he left. So this one's pretty big deal for me to wear this guy. It's got the silver, a pretty maligned jersey because they got rid of Long Island. I think a lot of people, again, you have to remember the context of time. This was 2 seasons before the Islanders went to Brooklyn. And we ended up seeing that same exact logo again on their black jersey in 2016. So, people were pretty nervous that was the future of the Islanders, and it ended up kind of turning out that way for a couple of seasons. That was the dark age of the Islanders. And then the New York Rangers, again, that Chrome logo, it actually looked pretty good. Now, this ended up being a shoulder patch logo. They ended up having New York as the main portion of the jersey, but they kept that Chrome look to it, as well as the Pittsburgh Penguins, who played the Blackhawks. I want to say it was in Chicago, one of those ballparks in Chicago. Maybe it was Soldier Field. I'm trying to think. I think it was Soldier Field. But I don't know for certain. You guys could probably let me know. 2014 Stadium Series. So there were 4 different games at 3 different venues. And then you also have the Devils. Now, the Devils is interesting because they have the Chrome logo here. But there's this one guy, Lou Lamoriello. You ever heard of him? Hall of Fame general manager Lou Lamoriello would not allow the Devils to wear the Chrome logo on the jersey. So they just kept their traditional Devils Christmas jersey, for that matter, without the Chrome. Lou Lamoriello would not allow the team to do that. So I thought that was very interesting. That was an interesting little fact there. That's why I saved them for last, right? So that's pretty interesting. You had the Ducks playing the Kings, the Blackhawks playing the Penguins, and the Devils playing the Rangers, and the Rangers playing the Islanders. So the Rangers ended up getting 2 games out of that at Yankee Stadium, which that was actually a really cool environment. I didn't end up going to that game. The Islanders ended up losing, so I didn't miss too much. And they haven't been in an outdoor game since. So now you guys could probably tag that thing or whatever. Just keep that picture. Me crying. This is a really I thought was interesting. I liked it. I thought the NHL going a little bit out of the box and changing it up. I thought it was something unique. And then eventually we saw the NHL go back to what they were doing before this, which was instead of going for that modern sleek look, they ended up going back, more of the traditional old-fashioned. And I think they did a good job of that. They had the Avalanche Red Wings game, which they had some just different logos, which I thought was very nice. The Avalanche still used that Colorado logo on the shoulder patch. So some of those jerseys will never, or some of those logos will never die. Some of them died very quickly. And in a few years from now, if we see, we've seen the Penguins logo slightly change. The Islanders logo has slightly changed. And the Ducks could be that next team to potentially get a new logo. I know that's been talked about recently. But that duck could potentially go at some point. So where do they, this could end up being kind of like a stamp in time of these teams during this era. And I think definitely in different circumstance. I mean, even you look at the Blackhawks, how good they were back then. 2014, the Devils had just gone to the Stanley Cup final in 2011. The Rangers were in their prime, right? They had Rick Nash, Lundqvist. Who else was there? Mark Stahl in his prime. They had some really good players then. Zuccarello. What's his name? McDonough. And obviously Pittsburgh was winning their cups as well. So you just see how things look now, looking at these logos compared to when they were released. It was definitely a different vibe, a different environment from these teams. So I think it's just interesting to do that every once in a while. And these were, this was kind of the end of that because the NHL stopped those Stadium Series games really altogether. They do once a year now. They do a Stadium Series game, which they're actually holding in Nashville. A lot of those games have been in non-traditional hockey markets. They were going to do Carolina last year. They're doing Nashville this year. They did Dallas Winter Classic. So they've kind of gone a little bit more for the South route of things recently. But they do the Winter Classic. They do in the late winter, they do the Stadium Series game. They do the Heritage Classic game. And that's pretty much it. We get 3 outdoor games a year. And I think that's fine. I think too much is too much, right? And I think the NHL realized from this Stadium Series, the numbers didn't do as well as they thought they would. They just figured, it's outdoor hockey. Everybody's going to they ended up oversaturating the market to the point where people weren't even interested in the outdoor games because they did 4 of these games. They did the Winter Classic. Then they did the Heritage Classic. That's 6 or 7 games a year. That's just too much. So they had to cut it back to now 2 or 3, maybe even 4 games outside per year. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of the chrome era of NHL Stadium Series logos? I thought it was a pretty good one, but let me know what you guys think. And if you had to choose which one of these logos was your favorite, let me know down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL and more videos just like this one, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.